Hey guys, Joe here with Chatt CATFISHING. Welcome to today's episode. Today I'm going to show you how to rig a catfish rod for big catfish. And sometimes on my videos I get questions from you guys on the line I'm using, the reel, the tackle, all that good stuff. So I finally have an opportunity where I'm going to be rigging up these catfish rods with new fishing line. So perfect opportunity for me to show you how this works. I like to use the 40-pound trilene big game monofilament line, and you can get something like this at Walmart, Academy, Bass Pro Shops. Just a fishing line that's been around for a pretty long time. And I'll just show you real quick how I put line on the reel. We won't take too much time and me showing you this, but go through the guides here. Now the catfish rod I'm using is the B&M Silver Cat Elite rod. I was using the Shatter Cat rod for close to 4 years and finally transitioned over to the Silver Cat Elite. I just like these rods better, and I feel like they're easier to handle big fish with, especially when clients are fighting a big fish. And I'm going to put this through the guide here, and we're going to put this back through. And I like to use a simple slip knot. I don't make a special knot or anything. This will be just fine. Some of you may have a stronger knot for this, but I just typically like to use the slip knot. And then I'll thread it through, and then I kind of pull each end so it's tight against the spool. And then with the excess line, cut the tag, engage it, and then I just start reeling it. And I like to hold the line with my thumb and index finger so it's smoothly going on that spool. Every now and then I get a couple of knots in there, but that's just how it is with fresh line, especially monofilament line. All right, we'll stop right here. Now this spool of line is 370 yards, so I'd say I probably put on, I don't know, 175 yards worth of line. But this reel that I'm using, and for those of you who have watched my videos for quite some time, I love these reels. This is the Akuma Classic CLX 300L model, and it's my go-to fishing reel when fishing for big catfish. Big bait caster reels, as some people call them. And this setup that I'm doing will also work for spinning reels as well. I'll show you how I rig my rod now. So I use Team Catfish tackle. It's very reliable. I've just a preference thing for me, really. But we're going to put these slip sinker on here. So you'll attach your weight on here. And then I like to use this yellow rubber bumper. And then we're going to tie a swivel. Now this swivel is actually really more used for saltwater. I think I bought it at a shop in Florida looking for saltwater gear, and I saw these barrel swivels. And I tie an improved clinch knot to the barrel swivel. Just a very simple knot. Just like this. And then I like to cut the tag off, of course. And then for my leader line, I like to use 80-pound monofilament line. I use a heavier leader because it just simply provides more abrasion resistance when your bait is, I don't know, near structure and rocks or whatever. And the leader, or the line I've been using, is this Gamma Polyflex fishing line. And then I try to make my leader line anywhere from 12 to 15 inches. I like using short leader line, nothing very long. And I'm going to do an improved clinch knot again to the swivel. You want to make sure that knot looks good. And then for hooks, I use the Team Catfish 8/0 double action circle hook. I don't use any bigger hooks. I do just fine using the 8/0. Some people like to use 10/0, 12/0. Especially if they're using bigger baits, but I'm usually using chunks, so this typically does well for me. Now when tying a knot to the hook, I use the polymer knot. The Snell knot has become a very popular knot to be using for catfish, but I do just fine with the polymer knot. So I'm going to show you how that works. I always pull the ends to make sure they're tight. And that's really it. So let me kind of put this all together to show you what it looks like. So when I'm anchor fishing for big catfish, since a lot of my big cats come off anchor, this is my go-to setup, okay? So I'm using the B&M Silver Cat Elite rod with an Akuma Classic CLX 300L reel, 40-pound main line, which is monofilament line, with a Team Catfish slip sinker with the yellow rubber bead here. That really helps protect the knot and the swivel. So when you're slinging like an 8-ounce lead sinker and it comes down, that yellow bumper rubber piece really absorbs a lot, and that's what you want. And then I got this barrel swivel, and then I have, I don't know, this leader line's probably 12 inches. I mean, you can get away with 15. I try not to go over 20. I believe the shorter leaders help when fishing near structure, because the longer it is, the more that catfish can get your line wrapped in stuff. So the shorter leaders really help. And then I have the 8/0 double action circle hook. So I'm going to show you how this rig works. This is actually called the slip sinker rig or Carolina rig, which is my primary rig when targeting big catfish. I'm going to attach a 4-ounce disc sinker. Sometimes I'll use 6 ounces, just depending on the current. And what it does is it slides up and down your fishing line, and the yellow bead is what absorbs all that shock or force from that sinker, and it essentially protects your knot and your barrel swivel. So I really just wanted to point that out. So having a bead or some sort of rubber stopper there really just helps with your barrel swivel and fishing knot. And guys, I'll go ahead and put some links to the catfish reel, the rod, and the tackle in the video description. Leave a comment if you have a question about the tackle I'm using. As always, give a thumbs up for this video, and we'll see you later.